Everybody here in the center of the building. This is when we exit our church. The door is very low and it's just so narrow. You see, this is what we carry. I go, in this case, I go in the back. But look at our position. Crouch.
The workout.
You see? Más abajo, you see lower, and you go, I can't.
Have they ever had an accident where they hit the top?
We sometimes, but very softly. So.
Yeah.
And now, look, we have to turn because the wall is here. You see, little by little, poco a poco. And now, get up this area. Yeah, you see?
That's
I
amazing.
got the last one. Perhaps you can see my balls up there. And now when we are out is when we go. And now he says, derecho, stand up.
Amazing. That's amazing.
You know, when he says that, we have to stand up. You discover that you have muscles in your back that you didn't know that you had.
Yep.
Hurts. Well, we have got a mystic moment of the processions. Again, we aren't alone. Well, welcome to the oldest synagogue we have in Spain. Also one of the oldest synagogues left in Western Europe. I'm not going to tell you the exact date of the construction because it was never recorded. So we don't really know the date of the construction of the building. However, what we know, thanks to the records, is that this building was a functional synagogue in 1220. So if it was in use in 1220, it had to be built at least 1 day before. I think it was a week, but I wasn't alive. Anyway, next question. If we are in a synagogue, why is there a cross?
Yes.
But please don't look only that way. Look at the building.
Yep.
Look at the architectural style of the building.
Yep.
The columns, the capitals, the arches, that geometrical decoration in that upper galleries.
Uh-huh.
Or do you remember that triforium of the cathedral? Look at the same arches, the pentafoil arches. So we all can see that the building doesn't look Jewish. The building doesn't look Christian because the building looks Arabic, Muslim.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we are in a synagogue that has Christian decoration but looks like a mosque. We are back to the three religions.
Right.
So when the Sephardis, that is how they call themselves, you know, the Jews from Spain are Sephardis. Why this name? Because they don't call this country Spain. They call it Sepharad. So Sephardis are the Jews from Sepharad, from Spain. Well, when Sephardis needed a new synagogue, they discovered that the best artists, the real best workers living in town were Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't mind. The Jews commissioned Muslims the construction of the building. But there was a little problem. Which one? Muslims knew very well how to build mosques, not synagogues. So they built a mosque. Actually, they put the building facing Mecca.
Oh.
But thank God, from Toledo, Mecca and Jerusalem are both in the same direction. So when the building was ready, Sephardis came here. That was the original entrance, that one. They came here and put a church, which was a synagogue. Since the first day, since the first moment, this building was a synagogue, never a mosque. Do you remember what's the bima in the synagogues? The bima is like the altar of a church. You know, it's the place where the rabbi reads the Torah. But I'm asking you that because I know that in most of the synagogues that you have in Northern America, the bima goes in front, like in the churches. So the whole congregation sits facing the same direction, something that is so logical. But Sephardis don't do that. They place the bima in the middle. Then men, only men, are allowed to sit down all around. The tradition is the older they are,
The closer.
the closer. Can you guess why you seniors sit at the front?
They can't hear.
What?
The same reason I'm following you closely.
What are you saying?
The same.
Question of hearing.
Yeah.
Today's a tradition because today we have microphones.
Yeah.
But imagine, 2,000 years ago. It was all the time. Can you repeat?
Yeah.
But that was just for men. What about women? There is always like a specific place for the women that is always separate. So men's room was this area, the ladies upstairs. Do you see the brown screens there? Behind that screens, not anymore, but in the old times there were there was like a structure made out of wood with the different stories, the different rooms, depending on which position you were in the society, was the place to be one or another. And not alone, not only women, also children, remember, under 13, boys and girls, all get upstairs. However, when boys turn 13, celebrate the bar mitzvah is when they get downstairs. Well, they were using the building like a real synagogue until 1492.
True.
I tell you something. In Spain, we only have 1 year of history. Everything happened in 1492. So boring. Anyway, exactly on March 30th, 1492, the Catholic monarchs, Isabel and Ferdinand, told Sephardis, if you want to keep on living here in our kingdom, you have to convert. If you don't convert, hasta la vista. 80% of them decided to stay and convert. 20% left. What do you think that would happen to this building after 1492? Christians came here and took it over. They put a church. But not for so long. In about 100 years, less than 100 years, the building was again abandoned, became a shelter for homeless, convent of nuns, military headquarters. Finally, in 1851, it means 10 years prior to your civil war, the Spanish, what you call federal government, decided to declare this building a national historical landmark. And that's the only thing that the building is today, monument. Why is it only a monument instead of an operating synagogue? Not enough. There are only 2 Jewish families living in Toledo. 2 is not enough. Only the men count. So we only have 2 men. Do you know how many are required for the minimum for the congregation? 12 were the tribes, in this case it's 10 men. We only have 2. Don't ask me why. As soon as you return to Madrid, meet some of the 20,000 living there and ask them, why don't you move to Toledo? Now they are completely free to live wherever they want, but they are just living in the big cities of Spain. Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, Valencia, Alicante, Malaga. Think about America. It's not the same.
Let's say they start using synagogue.
Well, if they actually, that was the promise of the King of Spain in 1992. Wait a minute, 1492, 1992. The king met here the Prime Minister of Israel, a lot of Sephardi Jews here, and made that promise. If the Minyan ever returns to Toledo, this building will be yours. At that moment, the population was 0. Now we have to. Give us another 20 years. No, I was telling you, think about Northern America. Come on. How many Jews you think can be living in New York? Almost 2 million.
Yeah.
How many you think can be living all over Wyoming?
0.
Probably 2.
2, yeah.
I tell you, I check it out. It's 400
Yeah.
in the whole state. So what happens in Northern America is the same. Not only in Spain, I mean in Western Europe, where most of them living big cities. Okay, I would like to show you now the only Jewish emblem left in the building. But I have to take these people away.
I'm sorry. Trying to get out of the way. Let's go.
Now you can see better. You have to look at the first photo like this. I'm straight.
This one?
Don't see mine, straight up.
Yeah.
You see the style?
Yeah, there it is.
Only one building. If you compare that start with the others, you can see that the others are made up of 2 squares, 8 points. And where I'm stepping on, you see the right, 8. This is 2 triangles, Star of David. By the way, do you know why Star of David must be 2 triangles instead of 3 circles or 4 squares? Why is that shape? Because it's David. You know, Hebrew is a language different from English or Spanish. Hebrew has no vowels. So we write down David with 5 letters. In Hebrew it's only 3. D, B, D. Letter D in former Hebrew was the triangle. Remember that the Greeks call it delta? So we have 2 triangles, we have 2 Ds. What is the V? It's also there. Why? Because Hebrew is like Latin. Now, because the letters are numbers. For example, we all know that in Roman numeral the V is 5. However, in Hebrew the V is 6. How many points do we see with the 2 triangles? We see 6. So we see the V. V, V, V. Wait, any question? Let's go down now to the bridge.
Okay.
We're going to meet the bus, we get on the bus, we drive a couple of minutes on the bus, and we have to find this. And the final chance to the bus.
All right.